Oh, they will. All right. Let us take a question from a lady in a yellow vest with the sign saying "City for Life." Please. Hello. I'm Lyudmila Danilkina from the city of Veliki Novgorod. Our city, which has been visited by you, Mr. Putin, many times, is quite small, but very beautiful with an ages-long history, and it is no accident that I mentioned the history of the city, since my question is partly related with the city environment. What city would you personally, apart from St. Petersburg and Moscow, would you choose to live in? This is the first part of the question, a personal one, I would say, and the second part is related with the Novgorod region. Our region is located very well between the two capitals, which is quite beneficial for the territorial development, but we have much more opportunities for development, and we would develop even faster if we had a high-speed railway track. There's been a lot of talk about that, both at the federal and the regional levels, and I would like to find out if there is any prospect in the implementation of these large-scale projects in our territory. Thank you. Okay. Speaking of the city I would like to live in, well, you mentioned apart from Moscow and St. Petersburg. Well, why did you exclude Moscow and St. Petersburg? They are also cities of the Russian Federation. I was born in one of them. This is my native city, which is exactly why, first of all, as you were asking this question, I was thinking about St. Petersburg. But we have a great number of small and large cities, and they are quite actively developing. But first of all, we must pay closer attention to the smallest cities. We have always been talking about this, and recently we've been taking great effort to develop the infrastructure. First of all, to make the links between the territories, using the railroad tracks, the car highways, as well as creating the air transportation, sea and river transportation. This is one of the drivers for the economic growth, and we will invest great resources for such developments. The links are the key. You may live in the conditions of a good environment, and you might live well, and at the same time you must have an opportunity to reach your job or to change your job and transfer to another region. Improving the population mobility is one of our key priorities. And let me repeat. First of all, I was thinking about St. Petersburg, my native city, but the south is developing very well. Take a look at Krasnodar and the coastal region, Crimea, let's say. Now, moving back to the infrastructure, we're talking about the development of the Eastern Front. But apart from that, we also have Moscow and Kazan, as well as the other cities up to Tyumen. We're planning to reach the high-speed railways all the way there and then connect all the cities, giving people an opportunity to feel connected in an affordable and available environment. Everyone must reach another place to meet their friends and colleagues, to reach their jobs, to reach other places which have other aspects of development. People must reach the museums, the cultural centers, and so on. Which is why I believe we have a great number of very beautiful and nice cities where everyone can feel comfortable. But speaking of the high-speed railway tracks, this is another topic which is currently under development. If we actually construct this railway track, sure, this will affect the city of Veliki Novgorod. Having a high-speed railway means you must have stops along the way, and Veliki Novgorod is one of the major places where the train could make a stop. And the airway connection will stop existing if we establish this high-speed railway track, since it would only take around 3 hours to go from the center of Moscow to the center of Petersburg. Sometimes it takes 1.5 hours to reach the airport in Moscow, which is why the aircraft are losing their meaning. So we must evaluate everything and consider all the options, take a look at the experience of other countries in the construction of high-speed railways. Let's say the People's Republic of China has many similar railway tracks between the cities, and up until recently they were not profitable, even in China. Meaning that this is a country with 1.5 billion people of population,